Hey everybody, it's Mitch, and welcome to my next video. Today, we have got another Naruto character review for you, and today we are going to be talking about Shizune from both Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. So, if you haven't already seen pretty deep into Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, there are going to be some spoilers. So, definitely, now's your chance to go. Sorry about that, had a hiccup there, but was I held it for the right time. Gave you a chance to leave if you haven't seen it already. So let's get started now that anyone who might be not wanting spoilers is gone. All right. So Shizune. Well, she's an interesting one. We first meet her shortly after the Leaf Village has been attacked and the third Hokage has been killed by Orochimaru. Um, Orochimaru is actually the first one to approach her. Jiraiya and Naruto are off looking for Tsunade, but Shizune is with Tsunade as Tsunade's attendant. And he basically he tells her what's up. He's like, "Hey, yeah, I just killed the third Hokage, and I'm gonna destroy the Leaf Village." Like, yeah, like they're not exactly thrilled by this. Tsunade's ready to fight. Shizune's like in battle position. Um, she was like ready to kill Kabuto, and like it would have been a mutual strike there too. Like she was ready for to like hit Kabuto with a mutual strike. Um, but Tsunade called her off last second, and neither of them died. But yeah, she almost took out Kabuto pretty early on. With him, she would have gone down too, and she was willing to, like, because she's uh, willing to defend the village, even though she hasn't been in it in a while, not since Tsunade left. Um, like it's still her home, and it's still like precious to her. So, yeah. Um, anyways, after that whole deal, um, uh, you know, uh, they're about ready. Tsunade's about ready to finish him off, and says, "You got about 5 seconds before I come at you." And Kabuto's like trying to explain things. Shizune's ready to go too, and that's when Orochimaru drops the bomb of reviving Tsunade's loved ones, and Shizune is a little taken aback by that. So is Tsunade in a big way. Um, and it's more personal than that for Shizune, as she quickly reveals when, uh, you know, Tsunade considers the deal, uh, and that, hey, if we do this, the Leaf Village is going to get destroyed, but we'll get them back for a little bit. We'll get them back in some form or another. And it turns out that Shizune is actually the niece of Tsunade's former lover, Dan. Um, and yeah, she's got a relationship to him, the, that being her uncle. And she's even very quick to point out that, hey, this would be trouncing on their legacy. Like, my uncle wasn't about this. Like, he was, very much like a supporter of the Leaf. He wasn't about this whole like destroying it thing. Like he would be very upset if he got brought back under those circumstances. And her brother as well. He was very big on protecting the village. So I'm sure he would have not been thrilled about coming back under those circumstances. And Shizune very much points that out, but Tsunade doesn't want to hear it. And she tells Shizune to shut up. And Shizune listens, but mainly because she doesn't think Tsunade would seriously consider it, which Tsunade does. Also, a few hours after that, they run into Jiraiya and Naruto, um, and Jiraiya brings up the fact that he knows what's up, that he knows that they met Orochimaru already. Um, and Tsunade gives Shizune a glare to like keep her mouth shut, and she does. She does keep her mouth shut, and she doesn't tell Naruto or Jiraiya about Orochimaru's offer. I mean, Jiraiya knows that he met Orochimaru, but he doesn't know how bad things actually are. Um, and Naruto's completely clueless. Jiraiya then tells tells Tsunade that she's been named the fifth Hokage, and that they're there to bring her back to the village so that she can become the Hokage. Naruto's not happy about this, but Shizune just kind of quietly observes. Um, uh, Tsunade's response is pretty harsh. She talks a lot of crap about the Hokage that came before her, including her own grandfather and sensei, the first and third Hokages, respectively. Um, and Jiraiya's kind of, he's not happy to hear her talk like this. Shizune's taken aback by it, and Naruto's just outraged by it. Like, he straight up gets on the table ready to clock her, and Jiraiya stops him. Tsunade then decides to challenge Naruto, and Shizune's just watching the whole time. Like, she knows she's not happy about things, but she knows like her place. She knows to keep her mouth shut in certain times, unlike Naruto. Um, yeah, Naruto's kind of a bonehead. So you then see that Tsunade ends up after taking Naruto down, and Naruto using like an incomplete Rasengan against her. Tsunade bets her necklace that Naruto can't learn the Rasengan in a week. And Shizune's like, whoa, whoa, whoa! You can't bet the necklace. You never bet the necklace, no matter how bad things get. But she did bet it on that, and then she's like tries to talk Shizune out of it, but not Shizune, Tsunade out of it, but Tsunade's not listening because she's got her own things in mind with that. Mostly just because of how much Naruto reminds her of her brother. Sorry, I'm tearing up slightly because I did just watch this pretty recently. Shizune ends up talking to Naruto right afterwards, and like tells Naruto the story of Tsunade and what happened. And Naruto's just like, I gotta go train, which is kind of what Shizune was trying to stop Naruto from doing. But anyways, so she does that. She runs into, she stays with Tsunade for the most part until Jiraiya shows up and is like and wants to talk with her alone. And Shizune's grateful that he's willing to do that and to try and like help ease her mind. So yeah. Then on the last day before the deal with Orochimaru goes through, which is also the day where Naruto needs to finish his training. Tsunade totally planned that. Anyways, she sees Naruto passed out from training so hard. She brings him back, and she heals him up a bit, and then has Tsunade heal him up more, noting that it's going to take him 2 days before he's back to it. Jiraiya is not there because Tsunade had drugged him and knocked him out. Then Shizune, is talking with Tsunade and is like, "You're not really considering this deal, are you?" And she even threatens Tsunade to stop her, threatens to physically stop Tsunade if she does go through with it. Which Tsunade responds by just taking Shizune out immediately. And she's then awoken by Naruto the next day, freaking out because she doesn't expect Naruto to be up the next day, thinking that like she was too late when in actuality she wasn't. So she immediately goes to the window to see what's up when she's nearly hit by a kunai, which was thrown by Jiraiya. At which point she ends up talking with Jiraiya and ends up healing him. Jiraiya was just a little upset by the whole being poisoned thing. But anyways, and he almost took her out despite the fact that he was drugged, and claimed he couldn't even throw a kunai straight, which she noticed, like, he dang near took me out with it. But anyways, so she ends up getting him some water, helping him out, and then leading them to Tsunade, where the deal is going to take place, and telling them what happened. She ends up Tsunade, turns out she said no to the deal, and she ends up Suzune ends up fighting alongside Tsunade and Jiraiya and Naruto against Orochimaru and Kabuto. Shizune mostly fights against Kabuto, and she holds her own pretty good. She's got some pretty interesting techniques. A lot of poison senbon that she can spit out of her mouth. She's got like this poison fog that she shoots out at him. She's got all sorts of poison techniques that she uses against him. But Kabuto does manage to take her down, at least temporarily. And eventually she ends up just kind of healing, not heal, or kind of watching over and healing Naruto, while the Sanin all duke it out. And of course Naruto had just saved Tsunade, while he protected Tsunade while Shizune was out, and Tsunade was still dealing with her hemophobia, which she did fix shortly. During that time, Naruto helped her with that by not dying, basically. Anyways, so you see a bit of Shizune's character there. You'll see her show up again later when Sasuke leaves the village. It's her team that actually runs into the Sound Village 4. And two of them are taken out, and she ends up having to heal them after they got taken out by the Sound Village 4. Although they did get pushed to Sound Village 4, those two. But anyways, they end up after that letting Naruto figuring out which way everyone's going with Naruto's team, or I guess Shikamaru's team, since he's the leader. After the aftermath of all that's done, she's actually the head medic in charge of healing Neji, who got ran through and was in really bad shape, after his fight against one of the Sound Ninja 4. I forget his name. I actually remember most of them. His name's one of the few I don't. But anyways, she ends up being one of the head medic ninjas to prevent Neji from dying and fix him up good as new. And after she successfully heals him, she even reports to Tsunade immediately, before taking a nap. She's exhausted from it, but she goes and does her duty of reporting in first. You see her show up again later in Shippuden. She shows up throughout the fillers as well, but you see her in Shippuden show up when they go to have their when they get the intel on from the Gaara fight from Sasori about the Sound Village spy. Tsunade's plans to send Naruto. Shizune's not thrilled about this, with him being the Jinchuriki. She actually goes and tells the council on Tsunade about that, which Tsunade is not happy about. Tsunade is very upset, and Shizune is very apologetic about it. You'll later see her show up again when she's constantly there. She's always just by Tsunade's side, always making sure the paperwork gets done, because Tsunade's really bad about that stuff. And even before, when Tsunade was on her gambling spree, Shizune was always the one handling all the logistics of everything, and trying to keep Tsunade in check, which was an impossible task. And Shizune knew it, and she wasn't exactly thrilled by that. But yeah. There's you normally see her in kind of that duty of uh, just kind of taking care of like the paperwork and the logistics of being Tsunade's aide. Um, she's also one of the core medical ninja in the village. Once Tsunade becomes Hokage, you do see that before the attack on the village, she's actually the one who figures out how Pain's rods work. But as she's discovering it, Pain attacks the village, and unfortunately, she ends up getting killed by the human path of Pain and having her soul ripped out. After, and as her soul's being ripped out, they learn that they read her mind and realize that where Naruto is, that he's at Mount Miyaboku and not in the village. So she actually was, despite not wanting to be, the leak that led to the destruction of the village, unfortunately. So yeah, after the village ends up getting destroyed, she ends up coming back to life, thanks to Pain bringing everyone back after he killed them due to Naruto's actions, or more words than actions. Naruto really convinces Pain to like undo what he did, which is crazy. But Tsunade's really out of it from her, keeping everyone safe from Pain's almighty push, and Shizune stays by Tsunade's side. She's shocked when she hears that Danzo's the new Hokage, and she just stays by Tsunade's side, and eventually is moved to tears when Tsunade eventually wakes up, and goes back to her normal duties of attending to Tsunade, who is the Hokage again, largely because Danzo ended up getting killed, and the new Hokage was not appointed just yet, although he probably would have let Tsunade take it back anyway, since it was Kakashi, and he didn't really want it. So yeah, Kakashi was actually kind of reluctant to take the role of Hokage. But anyways, yeah, Shizune later shows up again when you see the great war breaking out. She gets put in charge of the medical unit. She's like the head in charge of that. Sakura's way high up, but Shizune's the one that's actually in charge. You see her show up later. She's helping pull out the chakra from the tail beast. She's one of very few people who actually joins in that outside of the main 11, out of Obito. Shizune's certainly a very important character. She tends to be a minor character most of the time, but at the same time, like, she shows up, like, from when she shows up onwards, she's constantly in the fray of things, despite the fact that she's never the center of attention, and she's just kind of always in the background doing her thing. That's Shizune for you, Tsunade's attendant. Let me know what you guys think of this video down in the comments below. I always love hearing from you. If you enjoyed the video, consider giving it a like. Maybe subscribe to the channel for more D&D 3.5 content, and ring the... Okay, this wasn't a D&D 3.5 video, but yes, I do a lot of Dungeons and Dragons 3.5 stuff. I also do these Naruto character reviews. I am just so used to the 3.5 content from all my other videos that, wow. Anyways, yes, that is what I do. So subscribe to the channel if you're interested in Dungeons and Dragons 3.5 or Naruto, and ring that notification bell so you never miss out on a video. Anyways, as always, I'm Mitch, and I'll be seeing you